Welcome to the channel. This is a highly requested video on items to keep in your pet's emergency and evacuation kit. I put out a poll on if you have an emergency kit or evacuation kit, and the majority of voters said that they were in the process of getting an emergency kit together for their pet. I hope this video will help you to add some items that you may not have thought of. The items in this emergency kit will help your pet if you find yourself evacuated from your home. It will give them some items that will comfort them and a bit of normalcy. Also, it will give you items to calm them down in a stressful situation. In addition to the items in your emergency kit, make sure to have your leash and collar and your food and water bowls. I like stainless steel bowls, although they do take up more room in the kit than a plastic or a fabric bowl. I like them because they're durable. If I find myself in an unknown situation, I want to make sure I have items that will be there for me when I need them. And having a stainless steel food bowl and water bowl are great items to keep in your kit that you know you'll have when you need them. Let's get started. Our pets are like our family, so we want to make sure that they are prepared just like we are prepared. So let's start with the items on the outside of the bag. The first item is poop bags and the carrier for it. In a disaster situation, you don't want any more mess around than you already have. And picking up after your dog, that's just a responsibility as a pet owner that we should do. So having poop bags in order to pick up your dog's waste is a necessity. Also, I have a light on here that I could put onto my dog, and that way if it's nighttime they will be able to be seen should I want them to be seen. And this light has 3 different modes. It has bright, it gets a bit dimmer, and then it has the strobe light feature. And in the front of the bag I also have extra poop bags to put in there because you can never have enough poop bags. Now, getting into the bag, I have a cone for my dog because if they get injured, a cone is something that you're going to need to have in order to keep them from ripping off their bandages or licking off all of the medication that you need to put onto their injuries. So this is something that you need to have. It's a flexible cone, so it allows them to rest when they want to lay down without having them to alter their resting position. And it also has a plastic area right here in case the cone gets turned around, they can still see what's going on, so their vision is not obstructed. So this is a great item to keep in your bag, and it's very flexible and you can put it in there very easily. The next item I have is their food. I like to keep it in a Mylar bag, and I also put it through my vacuum sealer in order to keep it fresh. And I like to keep the Mylar bags for it because it will keep the light and just keep it fresher and keep it for longer. So this is their food that I have, which should last me at least a few days, if not maybe a week, feeding them. Actually, this is just for one dog, so each dog has their own separate bag. I also have their treats that are vacuum sealed in a Mylar bag. Treats are definitely a necessity for your dog, and if you want them to do something. I also keep these bags of water in there, and I will list the amount of water that you would need for your pets for however many days you're planning on making your bag for. So this is the amount of water that I have. This is just to get me to where I'm going to next, and in order to clean any wounds or give the dog the water needed for them. I also have calming treats. If your dog gets anxious, you kind of want to calm them down as much as possible. If these type of treats work, then great. It's great to have them on hand. I also have something called a thunder shirt. A thunder shirt is a little shirt that gets wrapped around them. So that makes them feel a bit more safe and causes less anxiety or stress. So these two together will definitely help your dog out in a stressful situation, but either having one or the other. This one I like because you're not administering anything to them. But if this doesn't work, then there's always these that you can give them that would help them. So these are great items to keep in there for their anxiety. The next item I have are Booties, and these are disposable Booties. I also have Booties that are not disposable, but if you find them in a nasty situation that they have to walk into, then these are great to have because you can just throw them away. And then once they're out of that nasty situation, then you can put on their regular Booties to help protect their feet from glass or rocks or whatever you might need to protect them from. But having Booties is a great item to have to protect their paws. I also keep just an old blanket. This is one of my kids' older blankets that I can just lay down, and the dog can lay down on top of it and be as comfortable as possible. But this will give them a nice little soft area to lay on. So having an old blanket in there for them is great. And I also keep a first aid kit for them in there. This is just a first aid kit that I've made myself. The contents of this first aid kit, I will list the video to that in the card above and in the description. I have a dedicated video to the items that are in here, so you can take a look at that video to see the items that I keep in my first aid kit. But this first aid kit stays with my evacuation bag or emergency kit for your animals. 3 more items that you will want to have in your pet's emergency kit or evacuation kit would be their prescription medicine. If your pet is on any type of prescription medicine, make sure that you have that in their first aid kit, and make sure that you keep that in their emergency kit or evacuation kit. Another item that you'll want to have are toys. So make sure that you keep some toys in there for them to play with, little squeaky toys or furry toys, that whichever ones they like. Make sure you have that in there because they will definitely enjoy having these items in that bag. Another item that you want to have are your vet records. Have the records of your up-to-date shots. Have records of any illnesses that your dog may have. If you are out and about and you may need to board your dog, or if you're going to a hotel with your dog, then you may need to show those records in order to have them stay at that location. So be sure to have a copy of their vet records in their bags if needed. That is very important. In the comments below, let me know any other items that you have in your pet's evacuation kit or emergency kit that I may not have mentioned. If you found any value in this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!